Welcome to the Disneyland Railroad, but it's not the normal Disneyland, it's Disneyland Paris. These engines were newly built in 1992. And here's the dragon in the base of the European castle. It's funny, there's so many differences and so many similarities between these parks. There were four 440s steam engines designed for this park. They're all 3-foot gauge, and they were built in England by the Hugh Phillips Engineering company for Disneyland. The names are the number 1, the William Frederick Cody, number 2, the Cyrus K. Holliday, number 3, the George Washington, and number 4, the Eureka. When I was there, only 2 engines were running, number 3, the George Washington, and 4, the Eureka. I was there in February of 2024. The engines and cars are designed to look like American trains from the 1870s. This train is paused at the Frontierland station. All of the servicing, like the water tower, is done here at the Frontierland station, or the actual servicing facility, which is behind Tomorrowland. This is the interior of the Frontierland station. You can see the antiques and things on the walls. It's a nice station. The day I was there was kind of a slow day. It was raining, and they seemed to be training some new engine crews, so the crews were actually quite large. There were one time I saw 4 people crammed into the little engine cab. Our train is about to pull away from Main Street Station, and you'll see that the first thing we do is go into a tunnel which has the Grand Canyon diorama in it. So you see the Grand Canyon diorama before you enter Frontierland. That's different than the Disneyland in California that I'm familiar with.
Veuillez rester assis et garder bras et mains à l'intérieur. Et s'il vous plaît, veuillez ne pas fumer. Merci. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now departing Main Street Station. For your safety, please stay seated while the train is moving, keeping your hands and arms inside the train. And no smoking. We're now on our way.
Bonjour et bienvenue à bord du Eureka. Nous quittons actuellement la gare de Main Street pour la gare de Frontierland. Pour votre sécurité, merci de rester bien assis tout le long du voyage et gardez vos mains, vos jambes et votre tête à l'intérieur du wagon. Bon voyage! Hello and welcome on board Eureka. We are leaving Main Street Station to Franklin Station. For your safety, please reach your hands, your legs and your head. Thank you. Next train.
And here you can see the river, and there's the paddle wheel steamer, the going by the Big Thunder Mountain, which is on an island in the middle of this park. Big Thunder starts on the land, goes under the water, and then comes up on the island. It wasn't running when I was there, but it was interesting to see how the differences between the different parks. This one was very different than the other Disney parks I've been to. It was large, but the railroad section was nice. This part in particular, you really going through the woods. Unfortunately, there's a lot of music that I have having to talk over here. But there were several grade crossings. Here you can see a sign for grade crossing coming up. There were ways in and out of the park for bringing trucks in. There you can see the backside of a theater building. And we're pulling into the Frontierland station, where, since this was the first train of the day, the tender in the George Washington was low on water, so they stopped and took water on. So I got some good video of it stopped. There you can see the freight depot on the left. And here's the water tower. So he stopped pretty well lined up to take water in the tender. I'm gonna hop out here. I had never been to this park before. Here's a few interiors of the cars. There's the engineer waiting. Here's a good view of the George Washington. It's getting some attention, some oiling, making sure everything's running okay. These engines are modeled after the CK Holliday, which is one of the first engines at Disneyland when it opened in the 50s. The engines were built in 1992. When I was there were only two running. This one, number 3, the George Washington, and number 4, the Eureka. They were both running with not their normally assigned cars. They were running with the cars assigned to the two engines that weren't running. Here we are in another tunnel. This is the diorama. Quick view of the diorama. But the car's interiors are very nicely done. Pulling into Fantasyland Station. There's the tender taking on some water. You can see the water spout in the tender. And here's the George Washington again. You can see the mural on the side of the light with a portrait of George Washington. On the other side is a portrait of Lafayette. And you can get a good view of the cars. One side of the cars, the inside facing the park, is open, and the outside looks like closed, like you can see here. Here's a little view of Casey Jr., the circus train, and the Eureka. Unlike Disney California, this one, Casey Jr., is more like a roller coaster than a regular train. Just like in California, they blow off the boiler at the Frontierland station.
I love that they like sit like they just sit in that office until like something is back and they all think come out, we can come out. Yeah. Yeah.
The ride itself is quite nice. Like at other Disney parks, you ride around the outside of the park, and you can look in and see different attractions. This is Fantasyland and Main Street and Tomorrowland. It's actually quite nice. There's a lot of greenery that's grown up since it was built in 1992. This is Tomorrowland. But it's kind of based on a Jules Verne, so kind of a Tomorrowland of the past. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give a thumbs up or subscribe if you would like to. I have plenty more videos coming, and you can explore some of these sites with me. There are also going to be some more build videos. Again, thanks for watching. In a second, I think you'll be able to see the cannon go off and the roller coaster riders go up Space Mountain there. In this park, they're supposed to be being shot out of a cannon into space. Very Jules Verne. They also had a Nautilus submarine that you could walk through. It was really kind of cool. But again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.